So this story leads. The Democratic Alliance is expected to have a new federal council chairperson by tomorrow. The party is holding its highly contested elections this weekend. Let's get the very latest now. And Natasha Phiri joins us now live. A very good morning to you, Natasha. I guess the heat is on in Johannesburg in more ways than one.
Definitely, Blaine. The heat is definitely on, figuratively speaking and literally speaking. This is the battle of the soul of the DA. And of course, you've got those four main contenders, the likes of Federal Chairperson Trollop, which we saw earlier on, former DA leader Helen Zilla, the likes of Mike Waters, who's the Deputy Federal Chairperson, and of course, last but not least, Thomas Walters, who's the Deputy Chairperson of the DA Federal Council. Of course, those four members are actually contending for the Federal Council Chairperson. Just to take you through what we actually saw earlier on, which is quite interesting to note, we had the likes of Helen Zilla just next to Trollop openly, contesting and, garnering support, for that position. We later saw Thomas Walters, when asking how he felt, he says that he can't actually campaign out, in the media. But when speaking to Trollop and Helen Zilla, they seemed quite confident and very happy. And as you know, Blaine, people have been saying that actually those are the main two contenders for that position. But I think, just to take you through what will be happening today, of course, those 155 members will be discussing the organizational review reports. And now, according to media reports last week, we had heard that, the report or the panel had actually recommended that Mmusi Maimane actually stepped down. They've actually cited the fact that, under his tenure, the party did not do so well at the May 8 polls, also citing the by-elections as well, of which the DA was quite dealt with the blow. We will be told later on as to, what proceedings for the day are going to be, as Mabine Siabe will actually be briefing the media around 12 o'clock. Taking you through tomorrow, we know that those 155 members will then be voting for the Federal Council Chair. And of course, the voting procedures is, we are told that, it is a single transferable vote. And of course, we expect Mabine Siabe to actually, brief us and, talk us through how this STV process will actually be taking place tomorrow, Blaine.
You're talking, Natasha, about the matchup between Zilla and Trollop. They have faced off before when Tony Leon stepped aside as leader. This time around, describe for us that dynamic.
Definitely. It's going to be a very tight face-off. As you've correctly cited, they have been facing off before. They will be facing off again tomorrow. But, I mean, in light of, what's been happening, we are told that Trollop is a close ally, of Mmusi Maimane. And, of course, Mmusi Maimane has somewhat come under attack over the past few weeks, I beg your pardon, as we know that, we believe, or it is believed, that the election of the new Federal Council Chair will have an impact on Mmusi Maimane. As you know that, it's been quite a few difficult weeks for him, Blaine. You know that he's been in the papers, in the spotlight. He had to field questions of how he ended up driving a vehicle donated by the disgraced former CEO of Steinhoff, Marcus Juster, and of course the issue of the 4 million rand house, of which he declared in Parliament. So I mean, in light of everything that's actually happening, it would be quite interesting to see how things actually pan out tomorrow, whether Zilla will actually emerge as a Federal Council Chairperson, or will it be Trollop? But lots of talks around those two main contenders. It was reported, some people had said that Mike Waters would actually, step down from this race, giving Helen Zilla, that main position. So we're not so sure how things are actually going to pan out, but it'd be quite interesting to see the latest developments in regards to the story.
For those, Natasha, who are wondering what's all the fuss about, talk to us about this position of Federal Council Chair and how strategic it is.
Well, this is a very, very important position. I mean, Federal Council Chair is quite a big deal, within the DA. Just to take you through the roles, of the Federal Council Chair, this is a position, or the person in the position will actually have to implement the decisions of the Federal Council and Federal Executive. They are then entrusted and responsible for the organization, the administration of the party, and maintaining a high degree of efficiency in the party. So one would say that this position is quite the engine of the DA, so to speak.
Yeah, Helen Zilla was saying it's the thread where all the systems come together. So very, very strategic indeed. Natasha, thank you very much indeed. Get back into my ear. We'll put you on air to give us the very latest from there. Thank you very much indeed for your report.